Hello and welcome to the Dark Ray project. Today we want to talk about the implementation of the Team Wendy's Epic Air Combat Helmet Liner system with their cam-fit retention system in an OPSCOR fast base jump military helmet, or how we simply call it, a bump helmet. We really like the OPSCOR helmet because you get a lot of quality in an affordable package, including its side rails and the molded in front shroud. But we don't like its inner pads because it can cause headaches after wearing it for a long time, especially if the helmet is a bit heavier. That is where the Epic Air Combat Liner system comes in, but you also have to get it with a cam-fit retention system because the Epic Air one is not compatible with the retention system of the OPSCOR bump helmet. So let's start with the OPSCOR helmet itself and its contact points. It obviously is the front pad, the front part where you can adjust it, the two small pads at the top, and then the back wall and the back strap again where you can adjust it. The back strap is the main contact point with the hat because that's where you squeeze it in. That can make it very uncomfortable, and even the back pad's almost completely useless because you just squeeze it in with the retention system. So based on our experience, the main contact points is the back pad, the front pad, and the one at the top. The rest just acts as support and is not really used. In that case, the user has removed the back pad because it never makes contact with the hat anyway, so he completely removed it. The strap is also causing a problem, so if the strap is on the chin, like this is right on the cheek, which can get uncomfortable if the helmet moves around a lot. Even though this should normally not happen, but it does happen, and then it gets uncomfortable. Also, if the chin strap is actually at the chin and you have it pretty tight, then it's pretty hard to talk. And here we're going to upgrade it to the Wendy's. The Wendy system has a wide variety of different pads which make contact with the hat all around. And the Epic Air one has vent holes at the sides, so you have a bit more breathing space, not as much as the OPSCOR one, but it is way more comfortable. And the strap system from Team Wendy is a lot better organized than the one from OPSCOR, because the chin strap, or rather the side strap, is actually on the side. So your chin is more exposed, which gives your jaw more space to actually talk. Now let's talk about the back dial. The one from OPSCOR only dials hard plastic, which is only one point of contact, which is like this big ring squeezing around your hat, which is very uncomfortable. And the Team Wendy one uses strings, which adjust to your different type of sizes or skull forms or whatnot you have out there. And overall, it's a lot softer, a lot more comfortable, and not that hard plastic. To adjust to different hat sizes, there are 3 holes where you can preset them so you know where to go from. Alright, let's get started. But remember, just upgrading the pads will not be enough, because the OPSCOR one comes in a whole package, which means we have to replace the straps as well. The front foam and the 2 top pads have to be taken out first. And the helmet cover has to be removed as well. The flashlight we can keep on, it doesn't really bother us. The front foam is just hard plastic which is held by Velcro, which you can just take out. But first you have to remove the screws on the left and the right side. And the 2 contact screws at the back, here and here. After that, the whole thing should come out and just the shell is left. By the way, if you want to know, this is an SOD gear helmet cover, which you can get at sodgear.com, which is a very good helmet cover because compared to a lot of other ones, it has a lot of Velcro, a lot of webbing space, and it comes with a pouch at the back right away included, so you don't have to buy an extra one. So this is the shell of the bump helmet, here's the shroud, rails still attached. Now let's start removing the side rails. Now we have removed all 4 screws, and you see the rails are already falling off. Rail pieces we keep for later. This is the inner system I was talking about before, with a very hard plastic in the inside. It squeezes down the hat a lot, which is very uncomfortable, especially if you use it a lot. The dial, however, is great. It's analog and locks in very tight. Now the strap system, however, is a little bit problematic, especially the chin area, which after a while starts to chafe off your skin, no matter what material they use, and they already use a pretty good one. Now let's take care of the front piece, which is not soft at all, and that is the part your forehead rests on. It goes without saying that this becomes very uncomfortable after a while. The good news is it is just held by Velcro and you can easily take it out. That's the empty shell. And this is the Wendy system, which we're going to put in. The system is based on rubber pads, middle and the front. Those are the two vent holes. The vent holes gives you extra breathing room while keeping full contact with the head. Those are the screws which come with the retention system. The screws are a lot less aggressive than the OpsCore ones. However, you can still use your old OpsCore screws if you like so, or if the Team Wendy ones don't fit in the OpsCore helmet. Now here is the tricky part. 3 holes for different head sizes. And the front has 2 holes. You kind of have to determine how big your head is, what kind of size you need, and how high the helmet should sit. Here or a little bit lower, yeah. This is XL, L, M and S. We're gonna install the system for a user who rather has a tall head. Not a super large one, but rather tall. So we're gonna start medium, which is the center hole for Team Wendy. And the worst case, we can still adjust a little later. At the front, we're taking the second hole because, again, he has a pretty tall head. Alright, let's start putting everything together again. Same principle, how we deinstalled it, now just reverse. And we're just realizing we have to use the OpsCore screws because the Team Wendy one don't fit in that generation of OpsCore helmet. But as we said before, it doesn't really matter that much, and we're going to continue with the other screws. The trick is not to adjust it too tight at the beginning, so you can still adjust a little bit later. And constantly taking it in and out for different adjustments is a pain in the ass. Time to do the other side. Always make sure that the wire and the soft piece here doesn't slip in, because getting it back out again is a true pain. Good. As you see, the retention system is finally all in. As a quick test if it actually fits your head, just quickly use the OpsCore pads just to give a quick rough idea about the size, because now it is still easy to adjust and take the screws in and out. If it doesn't work for you, just take the screws out again, take a different hole and keep going till it works for you. But in our test now here, we assume that it works. Now since we're happy with the size, we're tightening the screws. Test the dial if it works. Fantastic, works. And as you see, we're done with the retention system. Now comes the installation of the padding. Let's start by putting in the gray part. And once in the right position, just squeeze in. That's it. The one tricky thing you might find is the lack of Velcro space inside your OpsCore helmet for the full Wendy system. But you can either move Velcro pieces around, or you can buy extra Velcro patches on the Team Wendy homepage. After we finished arranging our Velcro space, it is time again to put in our gray padding. Then comes the back piece. And finally, the top piece. Now when we're done with the base gray padding, now it is time to put in the black ones. The black ones simply go on top of the gray ones using Velcro. The black pieces come in different thickness, so you can adjust it to your comfort and or head size. You do not really have to follow the instructions of Team Wendy. They're rather a guideline, and honestly just do whatever fits well for your head. We're finally done with installing all the pads. One last test here and there. Now it is actually time to just put it on and do the final adjustments with the correct paddings to make it perfectly comfortable with your head. But trust me, you're gonna love it. I hope our little introduction how to get the Team Wendy Epic Air system to work in an OpsCore helmet was helpful. If you still have any questions, let us know in the comments. Have a good one.